Okay, so magandang araw. So para sa ating week 8 for the mathematics 5, so we will learn about the ratio using either the column form or the fraction form. So when we say ratio, so it deals with comparison of two items. So pinagkukumpara natin yung dalawang items. Ang tawag doon ay ratio. So the trick with ratios is to always multiply or divide the numbers by the same value. So after going through this lesson, you are expected to express ratio using either the column form or the fraction form. So let us look at these illustrations. What can you say about the number of books and the number of pupils? So in this case, we can say that there are 4 books, 1, 2, 3, 4, for every 8 pupils. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can also express this sentence using colon. So we can write this as 4 is to 8. So yung 4 is the number of books and 8 is the number of pupils. Or 1 is to 2. It can also be expressed in fraction as 4 is to 8 or simply 1 is to 2. So paano po naging 1 is to 2, teacher? 4 is to 8 naman po yun. So, ang gagamitin natin dyan is parang nag-simplify tayo ng fraction. So, hanapin natin ano ba ang pwede natin i-divide sa 4 and 8. Or what is the GCF of 4 is 4 and 8. Pag nagko-fraction tayo. Pag sinisimplify natin siya. So, 4 is to 8. So, paano siya nasisimplify? So, pwede natin siyang i-divide sa GCF na 4. So, 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So, yan ang simpler form of 4 is to 8. So, 1 is to 2. So, we can use the greatest common factor or the GCF in simplifying the given ratios or fractions. For example, we have 3 is to 6. So, the terms are 3 and 6. So, 3 and 6. So, hanapin natin yung GCF ng 3 and 6. So, kung naaalala pa, let us review GCF. So, 3 and 6 using continuous division. So, ano po ba ang pwedeng i-divide sa 3 and 6? So, we can use 3. So, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay? So, yung 3, ito yung GCF natin. At ang mangyayari, para makuha yung ating lowest term, ito na yon yung nasa baba. So, 1 is to 2. So, kaya siya naging, yun ang ating simplest form or the lowest term of 3 is to 6. 1 is to 2. So, try natin sa 9 is to 27. So, we will find the GCF. So, pwede natin siya i-divide sa 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 27 divided by 3 is 9. So, yung 3 and 9, pwede pa natin siyang i-divide sa 3 again. So, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So, ang ating GCF is 9. And, ang simplest form ng 9 is to 27 is 1 is to 3. So, yun po yung lowest term ng ating ratio. Okay? So, para sa learning task 1, so let us express each ratio of the first quantity to the second quantity and reduce to its simplest form. Okay? So, let's try number 1. So, 2 teachers to 46 pupils. So, 2 is to 46. Okay? So, i-simplest form natin siya. So, 2 and 46, hanapin natin yung GCF. So, pwede natin siya i-divide sa 2. So, 2 divided by 2 is 1. 46 divided by 2 is 23. So, wala na tayo pwedeng i-divide. So, ibig sabihin, ang ating simpler form is 1 is to 23. Okay? So, ganun lang po ang gagawin natin for the learning task 1. Next is for the learning task 2. Find the ratios of the time spent for the different activities. Ito yung activities ni AJ. So, exercise, sleep, school, studying or doing assignments, recreation, meals, and personal hygiene, and other activities. So what is the ratio of sleeping to a whole day? Okay, so sleeping. So that is 8 is to ilan bang hours ang whole day? So that is 24. Okay? So, isimplify natin yung 8 is to 24. Okay? So, pwede siyang i-divide sa 2. So, 8 divided by 2 is 4. 24 divided by 2 is 12. So, pwede pa uli natin siya i-divide sa 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So, pwede uli siya sa 2. So, 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So, ang simplest form natin is 1 is to 3. So, yun ang ating answer dito. Okay? So, ganun po ang gagawin natin for the learning task 2. Next, learning task 3. So, tandaan muna natin, when we express ratios in words, we use the word to. One of the most common ways to write ratio is through fraction. Pero, mas ginagamit natin ngayon is the colon form. So, write the following ratios to lowest term. So, teka, titingnan ko yung learning task 2. Wala naman sinabi na ipa-fraction form. So, basta sinabi lang na ratio. So, learning task 3. So, lowest term natin yung bawat ratio. So, 20 wins to 35 games. So, 20 is to 35. So, gamitin natin yung continuous division. So, pwede natin siya i-divide sa 5. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 35 divided by 5 is 7. So, wala na tayong pwedeng i-divide sa 4 and 7. So, ito na yung ating lowest term. 4 is to 7. Okay? So, ganun po ang gagawin natin for the learning task 3. Okay? So, yun lang po ang lesson natin about simplifying the ratios. So, now, we will study about the equivalent ratios. So, again, a ratio is a relationship between two numbers or items, usually involving some kind of measurement. For example, when people drive, they travel at a certain speed. We usually refer to that speed as miles per hour. So that is a ratio because it shows a relationship between the distance and time. Kaya nga siya yung speed is distance over time. So, pag tayo nagbibigay ng unit sa kanya, halimbawa, kilometers per hour. So, yung kilometers is the distance and hour is the time. So, kina-compare natin yung distance to the time. So, after going through this lesson, you are expected to identify and write equivalent ratios. So, let us study the pictures below. So, there are ratios that can be formed based on the pictures such as on the left. So, ito. So, the first one is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, 8 frogs. And the chicken is 10. So, 10 po yan. So, pwede natin isulat siya as 8 is to 10. And by applying the GCF rule, masisimplify natin siya, magiging 4 is to 5. So, pwede natin siya isulat into fraction form, then 8 over 10, or ang basa pa rin natin yun 8 is to 10, or simply 4 is to 5. Now, what is the relation between the two ratios in the previous part? So, let us reduce the ratios to lowest terms by dividing the both terms of each ratio by their GCF. So, naalala natin ito nung nakaraan, di ba? So, in the equality of ratios, A is to B, as to C is to D, A and D, so ito, A and D, ang tawag dyan ay extreme. And B and C, ito, ang tawag dyan ay means. So, kapag in column form, ganito siya. So, yung dulot-dulo, yung first and last, ito yung extreme. Nasa labas, extremes. And yung nasa gitna, yung B and C, ito yung ating means. So, in equal ratios, the product of the means is equal to the product of the extremes. Using the equal ratios above, So, tingnan natin kung dapat daw kapag multiply natin yung dalawang extreme at saka yung dalawang means, pareho sila ng sagot. So, try nga natin. So, kung ang 4:5 ay equal daw sa 8:10, so dapat kapag multiply natin yung extreme, ito, yung A and B, pareho siya nung sagot sa B and C. So, try nga natin. Ang 4 times 10 is 40. Ang 5 times 8 is 40. So, equal ratios po ba siya? Okay, tama po. So, ang 4:5 and 8:10 is unequal or are unequal ratios. So, let's see this learning task 1. Write equal sign in the circle if the given pair of ratios are equal. And not equal if not, yung not equal sign. Okay? So, paano nga uli yun? I-multiply natin yung extremes. Yung dulot-dulo. 65 times 15. So, 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 5 is 30 plus 2 is 32. 5 times 1 is 5. 6 times 1 is 6. So, by adding the partial products, bring down natin yung 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. 3 plus 6 is 9. So, 975. How about 80 times 12? So, 80 times 12. So, 0 times 2 is 0. 8 times 2 is 16. 0 times 1 is 0. 8 times 1 is 8. So, 160 plus 800, or bring down natin yung 0. 6 plus 0 is 6. 1 plus 8 is 9. Okay, so equal po ba? So, no. So, gawin natin yung inequality symbol. Okay? So, try naman natin yung number 6. Hanap tayo ng fraction. Actually, pareho lang naman siya. So, ang dulot-dulo ay means, ang gitna ay extreme. So, try natin number 6. 8 times 15. So, 15 times 8. 5 times 8 is 40. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 4 is 12. And 12 times 10, of course, is 120. So, pareho sila. So, ang gagamitin natin ay equal sign. So, equal ratio sila. Okay, for the learning task 2, fill each box with the correct number that will make equivalent ratios. So, write your answers on your answer sheet. So, paano naman po ito? So, ganito lang. Alin po ba dito ang nawawala? Yung extreme. Isang extreme. Okay? So, kung nawawala ang extreme, ipag-multiply muna natin yung means. So, ito muna. Kasi sila yung may kapartner. Yung 56 natin na extreme, wala siyang kapartner. So, dito tayo sa means. 24 times 7. So, ito ay 28. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 2 is 16. So, 168. And then, after natin mukha yung product nitong means natin, i-divide natin siya doon sa nag-iisang extreme, which is the 56. So, 168 divided by 56. So, ilan po kaya to? So, I think that is 3. And 56 times 3 is 168. 168 minus 168 is 0. So, the answer is 3. Okay, let us check nga kung tama nga. Kapag multiply natin yung parehong extreme ay dapat siya ay 168. So, 56 times 3. 56 times 3. So, 6 times 3 is 18. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 1 is 16. So, tama. So, 168. So, ganun lang po ang gagawin natin dyan. Kung alin yung kompleto, yung means ba o yung extreme, yun muna i-multiply natin and then i-divide natin dun sa may kulang. For example, sa number 6, ang extreme naman ang kompleto. So, ito muna i-multiply natin bago natin siya i-divide doon sa ating nag-iisang means. Okay? So, 450 times 11. So, 450. So, 0 times 1 is 0. 5 times 1 is 5. 4 times 1 is 4. So, add natin. So, the answer is 0, 5, 9, 4. 4,950. And then, i-divide natin siya sa 330. So, ilan ba 330 meron sa 4,950? Okay, so we have 1. So, ito magiging 5, 6, 1. Then, bring down 0. Okay, so I think that is 5. So, let's try nga. So, ito ay magiging 0. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1 is 16. Okay, so 5. Okay, so the answer is 15. Okay, so yun lang po ang gagawin natin for the learning task 2. Next, we have the learning task 3. So let's solve the given problems. Two numbers are in the ratio 2 is to 3. If the bigger number is 6, what is the smaller number? So kung 2 is to 3 siya, so ano ba yung magiging equivalent ratio natin? Ang bigger number daw is 6. Ano ba dito ang bigger number? Yung extremes or yung means? Yung means, di ba? Pero, paano pag gagawin natin dyan? Yung first term ba? Yung second term? Alin ang mas malaki? So, yung second term. So, yun yung 6 natin. So, ang nawawala ay yung smaller number. So, yun yung first term. So, ano nga ulit ang gagawin natin para makuha natin yung missing term? Multiply natin kung alin ang kompleto. Ang kompleto ay yung extremes. So, 6 times 2 is 12. Then, divide natin siya sa nag-iisang means. So, 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, so ang ating ratio is 4 is to 6. So, yun ang magiging answer natin dyan. Okay, so try natin number 2. What number compared with 8 is the same as 6 compared with 24? What number compared with 8? So, number ang nawawala compared with 8 is the same as 6 compared with 24. Okay. So, ano pa magiging sagot natin? So, ang kompleto dito is the means. So, ito muna i-multiply natin. So, 8 times 6 is 48. Then, divided by 24, so that is 2. So, the answer natin is 2. O, yung 2 lang. Ang tinatanong naman in number, so yung 2. So, dito pala sa number 1, ang tinatanong na is smaller number. So, ang smaller number is 4. So, yun lang magiging answer. Okay, so yun po ang lesson natin for equivalent ratios. And the last topic is about definition and description of a proportion. So, proportion daw ang dalawang ratio kapag ang product ng extreme ay equal sa product ng means. Thus, proportion means that two ratios are equal. So, para mahanap natin yung proportion, ginagamit natin yung cross multiplication. So, after going through this lesson, you are expected to define and describe a proportion. So, copy the picture using the grid lines as a guide. Count the numbers of squares carefully. Use your notebook to illustrate the figure o pwede rin yung graphing paper. So, pwede nyo itong itry sa bahay nyo kahit hindi siya kasama sa learning task. So, ganito yung ginagawa para gaya ng halos magkapareho yung drawing. So, by using grid lines. So, paano po yun? For example, magdodrawing tayo. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, sa pang-apat daw, dito natin ilalagay yung tenga ng pusa. Okay, so gagayahin lang natin siya. So, nandito siya. Okay, so dyan natin makikita yung tenga. Tapos, yung isang tenga ay nandito sa malapit sa pang-5 hanggang sa pang-6. Okay, so pag nagdo-drawing tayo, o pag ginagaya natin yan, pag sinusundan natin yung squares, magagayang-gaya natin yung mismong drawing. Okay? So, pwede nyo siyang itry. Tingnan natin kung talagang kuhang-kuha nyo na yung magiging drawing. So, after doing that, so let us explore and discover the answers to the given problem. Cassandra uses 3 kilos of sampalok to make 24 dozens of sampalok candy. What is the ratio of the number of sampalok candy to the number of sampalok used? Okay, so the ratio of sampalok candy to sampalok is 24:3. Or pwede natin gamitin yung colon form. We can form another ratio from 24:3 by reducing this to lowest terms. So, kung naaalala pa yung lowest term, hanapin natin GCF at yung pinakadulo, yung wala na tayo pwedeng i-divide, yun na yung ating lowest term. So, pag ni-lowest term natin 24:3, magiging 8:1. So, paano natin i-check kung tama po ba yun? Yung 24:3 ay equal sa 8:1. So, i-multiply natin yung extremes. So, 24 times 1 is 24. And yung means ay 3 times 8 is 24. So, pareho. So, ibig sabihin, tama yung ating proportion. So, tingnan natin tong learning task 1. Draw a heart if each given ratio shows proportion. And draw a star if it does not. So, try nga natin number 1. So, multiply mo natin yung extreme. 27 times 3. So, that is 81. 9 times 9 is also 81. So, ito ay proportion. So, susulat natin yung heart. So, try natin number 2. 7 times 3 is 21. 1 times 5 is 5. So, hindi magkapareho. So, dodrawing natin ay star. Okay? So, yun lang po ang gagawin for the learning task 1. Sa learning task 2, read and analyze the problem. So, a bag of N&N sweets contains just yellow and orange sweets. For every 2 yellow sweets, there are 6 orange sweets. Complete the table below, then answer the questions that follow. So, for every 2 yellow, meron tayong 6. So, kung siya ay madodoble, ang yellow, madodoble din yung orange. So, 2 times 2 is 4. 6 times 2 is 12. Pag dinagdagan ulit natin siya ng, pag tinimes naman natin siya sa 3, magiging 6. So, ito ay times 2. Ito ay times 3, and so on. So, ito ay times 4. Ito ay times 5. Ito ay times 6. So, 6 times 3 is 18. 2 times 4 is 8. 6 times 4 is 24. 2 times 5 is 10. 6 times 5 is 30. 2 times 6 ay 12. 6 times 6 is 36. And dito sa baba, total sweets. So, ipagpa-plus lang natin. 2 plus 6 is 8. 4 plus 12 is 16. 8 plus 24 is 32. 10 plus 30 is 40. So, kung mapapansin nyo, parang nag-skip counting lang tayo. For example, sa yellow, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Sa orange, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. Sa total sweets, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. So, parang nag-skip counting lang. So, the first question, what is the ratio of orange to yellow sweets? So, what is the ratio of orange? So, ang orange ay 6. Ang yellow ay 2. Pero isi-simplify natin siya. 6 is to 2. So, pag kin-CF natin siya sa continuous division, so ito ay magiging 3. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So, ang simplify niya, ang lowest term niya is 3 is to 1. So, ito yung answer natin. 3 is to 1. Okay, so if you have 8 yellow sweets, kung may 8 ka na yellow, to, how many orange sweets will you have? So, ano ba katapat ng 8? So, ito yung 24. So, the answer is 24. Okay? So, ganun lang po ang gagawin natin for the learning task. Anong learning task to? 2. Okay? So, sa learning task 3, solve the given problems. What number compared to 10 is the same as 25 compared to 5? So, may number na kinumpare natin sa 10. Pareho daw siya ng 25 compared to 5. So, nang uling gagawin, multiply muna natin yung ang kumpleto. So, yung means ang kumpleto yung nasa loob. So, 10 times 25 is 250 divided by 5. So, that is 50. Okay, so ganun lang po ang gagawin natin for the learning task 3. So, solve lang natin yung ating problems. Okay, so yun lang po ang lesson natin for the week 8. So, yun po ang final lesson natin for the second quarter. I hope po marami kayong natutunan and enjoy answering your worksheets. So, thank you po for listening.